Eper move, and yet it moves. This phrase is often attributed to Galileo as a defiant statement made after being forced to recant his belief in the heliocentric model of the solar system. Legend has it that he muttered these words under his breath as he rose from his knees after recanting, suggesting that he still believed in the truth of his scientific findings. While there is some debate over whether Galileo actually said these words, they have come to symbolize his steadfast commitment to empirical evidence and scientific truth. Measure what is measurable, and make measurable what is not so. This quote speaks to Galileo's belief in the importance of empirical observation and measurement in scientific inquiry. He argued that scientists should focus on quantifying observable phenomena, and use that data to develop theories and models that can help explain more complex and abstract concepts. In questions of science, the authority of 1,000 is not worth the humble reasoning of a single individual. Galileo was a staunch advocate for individual inquiry and critical thinking, even in the face of established authority. He believed that the pursuit of scientific truth should be guided by observation, experimentation, and logical reasoning, rather than simply accepting the prevailing beliefs of the day. I have never met a man so ignorant that I couldn't learn something from him. This quote speaks to Galileo's humility and curiosity as a scientist. Despite his own expertise and accomplishments, he recognized that there was always more to learn from others, regardless of their level of education or social status. The sun, with all those planets revolving around it and dependent on it, can still ripen a bunch of grapes as if it had nothing else in the universe to do. Galileo was known for his ability to use metaphors and analogies to explain complex scientific concepts in accessible terms. This quote highlights the incredible power and influence of the sun, even as it carries out seemingly mundane tasks like ripening grapes. All truths are easy to understand once they are discovered, the point is to discover them. Galileo believed that scientific truths were discoverable through careful observation and experimentation. He argued that the challenge for scientists was not in understanding these truths, but in uncovering them through diligent inquiry. Nature is written in mathematical language. Galileo was a firm believer in the power of mathematics to describe and explain the workings of the natural world. He argued that the principles of mathematics could be used to create models and theories that accurately predicted natural phenomena, such as the movement of celestial bodies. You cannot teach a man anything, you can only help him find it within himself. This quote reflects Galileo's belief in the importance of self-directed learning and discovery. He argued that teachers and mentors could help guide students towards knowledge and understanding, but ultimately it was up to each individual to find the answers for themselves. I do not feel obliged to believe that the same God who has endowed us with sense, reason, and intellect has intended us to forego their use. Galileo was a devout Christian, but he believed that faith and reason could coexist. He argued that the pursuit of scientific knowledge was a way to better understand the workings of God's creation, and that using our intellect and reason was a way to honor the gifts that God had given us. The universe is written in mathematical language, and the letters are triangles, circles, and other geometric figures, without which means it is humanly impossible to comprehend a single word. This quote highlights Galileo's belief in the fundamental importance of mathematics in scientific inquiry. He argued that geometric